All right, we're going to do a breakdown here of a previous match that I had at Prime Series BJJ. This was in the Black Belt Masters 2 division, so unfortunately no heel hooks or reaping allowed. And this is going to be against Davi Gois of GF Team. I've trained with Davi before. I've never competed against him. I knew that I would have the advantage in the leg lock department, and so that was kind of my game plan, was pull guard, force him to work against my guard, and as long as I was careful of a couple of things I know he likes to do in training, I would be safe. So I kind of expected him to do flying submissions. I didn't think he was really overly prepared for my guard, and he was standing in front of me with squared legs. So you can see, because his stance is so square and his center line is so exposed, I was looking for a lot of double quichis, and this gave me a lot of access to his legs. So you can see me take a 2-on-1. He's pulling away. I am giving away like 20, 25 pounds of weight because this is the absolute division, so he's got some size on me. So it wasn't just easy to load him up or anything. But again, look how he's standing in front of me in a square stance. This is going to allow me to play ashigarami pretty easily. So I switch between seated and supine. I'm kind of just inviting him to come into my guard. And like I said, as long as he doesn't do any flying headlocks or kimuras, I felt pretty safe. There's a double koichi that stumbled him pretty good. My secondary plan was to come up on top and just start crushing him with guard passing, but I figured the easiest way to victory would probably be to go for leg submission. So I'm trying to fight for 2-on-1s on his wrist and just harassing him with my feet. Again, his stance is very square, so this is, if I was him, I'd be staggering my stance. Now I'm heisting up, just trying to get him to come forward. Maybe I'm thinking about wrestling up, but again, this is my third match of the day. If I win this, I was going to the finals, and I just wanted to get the match done quickly, and I thought that leg locks were probably the easiest way. So now I'm kind of just pummeling my legs and looking to make connection, and now as he's trying to control my legs, I'm just going to fire into an outside ashi. So let's just rewind this a little bit. Outside ashi can be a little bit dicey, especially when there's no heel hooks allowed, because you're essentially in a leg drag. Look how I just try and deny him connections to my legs. I bring my left foot to the inside. You're going to see me fire that left leg through. There it is. So this can be a dicey position if you're not careful. And he's trying to pull an ankle lock on my right foot, but there's really not a lot of starch on it. Honestly, if he was serious about that ankle lock, he should probably hit the floor and start hipping in. But it's a cross ankle lock, so it's just not an easy move to finish against someone like me who's pretty experienced with footlocks. And he didn't even get an advantage for that. So look how I pummel my left foot inside into a butterfly ashi. This is one of my favorite positions. I just left my right foot there because I'm not worried about any kind of heel hooks. And I used a knockdown from outside ashi to try and finish him, and he did a good job of crowding me, so I had to recover. So let's just look at that again. Normally in this type of a situation, I probably wouldn't leave my right foot just dangling there for him, so not to get countered, but because there's no heel hooks, it's totally fine to be left there. The risk is there could be a potential leg drag for him, but because my left foot is on the inside position there, it's going to be very hard for him to finish any kind of leg drags. And you can see I'm already going into an elbow-to-elbow grip for this ankle lock, which is something I learned from watching Mikey Musumeci, and it's a very powerful grip. And you'll see later on how I actually abandon this grip to go for a figure 4 grip, which I believe is it's probably the best ankle lock grip we can do, especially in a no-gi context. So you're going to see me try to knock Davi down to the left side. And the danger with this knockdown is if it doesn't work, you are at risk of getting crushed in a leg drag. So here comes the knockdown. He's going down, and I'm assessing right now, okay, what are the chances I'm going to finish this? I didn't really have my right foot on his hip, and he's starting to climb up my back. And even though I had an ankle lock grip, I just didn't want to really carry his weight. So you're going to see me just kind of correct the position with that cross shoulder post and just sort of redirect him back in. And then to stop the leg drag, I actually insert my left knee instead of my left foot. So watch this again as I recover. I'm just going to push him to the right side of my body. And instead of inserting a hook, I inserted the left knee to manage the distance. And again, we're back into this butterfly ashi. So you're going to see me try to pull my elbow in. You see how I'm trying to pull my left elbow in? This is putting a little bit of pressure on Davi, bringing his foot onto my body and not letting him put the foot on the floor. And I'm just trying to keep on my side. So in a moment here, I'm going to go for the finishing lock, and you're going to see me switch my hands in a second to a figure 4 grip, which it's a lot more powerful. I would say you can roll your wrists and really create good tension on your partner's ankle. And because they've changed the new rule in IBJJF, where we, as of this year, where we can now turn the knee inward, as long as we don't reap, we're allowed to turn the knee inward. Where previously, I'm not allowed to initiate that that action. If my opponent turns that way, I can follow him. But in this case, I figured, well, I may as well just hip in and go completely belly down. So you're going to see me switch to that figure 4 grip. It's going to come up right about here. See how he's trying to grab my hands? There's the switch. Now I just start hipping in, and he falls to his hip. Now that his hips are on the floor, I'm able to just choke up on the leg, splay my knees, and get the finish. So again, one of the key things we have to do when we're playing outside ashi, butterfly ashi, especially when we're not allowed to reap and heel hook, is we have to manage distance. And it was so important that I was trying to keep on my right hip here and really just not let him put his foot on the floor. I'm focusing on keeping his hands on the floor so that they're preoccupied. And in this situation, you can even see my right hand kind of reaching for his left foot. I was thinking, well, if I can get a cheap sweep here, I'll just come up on top. But his base was decent, and so I figured, okay, I'm just going to go for this ankle lock. I was also taking my left knee. It's kind of hard to see in this situation. My left knee, once I insert it into the butterfly hook, I really need to apply pressure to the outside of his leg by turning my left knee in. So in a moment here, I'm going to switch back into butterfly ashi. There it is. So I really need to turn that left knee to the right, keeping his weight on his hands. I check his base. He's hard to sweep. So I'm going to now switch my hands from a double elbow position to a figure 4. Here it comes. There's the switch. Now I'm just going to go belly down. And at this point, his hips are stuck on the mat. He's basically got no play left as long as I'm belly down, and there's the submission. Hope you guys enjoy. Please like, share, subscribe, and leave comments whenever you can. Really appreciate all of the support. Thank you.